You know, I've been sitting on it for a couple of days now, and it just pisses me off. Hi, my name's Jake. Today we're going to talk about Logan Paul and Ken Golden and the so-called $16.5 million Pikachu Illustrator. And at first I didn't care. At first I was like, oh wow, they're really running this thing up. And, I didn't think that there was any known shill bidding. I didn't think that even though Logan Paul made jokes about it, that he was actually doing it. Don't get me wrong, the fake WWE acting in the video and the live stream was terrible. But I do think that there is a huge red flag that goes up when you have somebody doing these things and out of nowhere they get to the end. Things keep continuing a little bit. They add time to the timer. Finally, the timer runs out. This guy wins. Okay. Logan Paul has promised to hand deliver this card. Magically, he's in the room. I'm in the back corner. I've been in the back corner this whole time. And then there's another bidder that was bidding, also in the room. The second guy didn't matter too much. But the first guy, the guy who won, wherever he gets his money from, good on him. Somebody said it's daddy's money. I don't know that. So I can't, that's just what I've heard. I don't care either way. I'll never have that kind of money, and that's okay. But what I find to be really shitty, excuse my language. No, don't excuse it. I'm going to cuss a lot, probably. What I do find to be really crappy is that in this hobby, that sale could have been so good had it not come from Logan Paul. Had it not been from the biggest scam artist, Liquid Marketplace, Crypto Zoo, you name it. And now Rip It. I haven't done a lot of deep diving into Rip It, but from what I've seen, it's a scam. It's all about who has the most people sign up, etc., which is their way of taking money. And then here's the thing. Whenever this hobby decides to wake up, people will not do these things that Logan Paul is setting up. No Crypto Zoo, no this, no that. However, I think the next biggest thing that pisses me off was Ken Golden getting a ton of flack and responding by calling people poor. Instead of saying, maybe I did some things wrong. Maybe I should not have had the bidder in the room off camera, where we can disappear off camera and run it up. I feel like at that point, Logan's not allowed to bid on it because then it's running up the bid, et cetera, et cetera. I feel like Ken and Logan shouldn't be allowed in the room with the guy bidding on the card. Somebody said he was in the back room. No, he wasn't. He was in the room, off the camera, probably in the back corner. Everybody was sitting in rows in front of him, and he's probably just back there running it up. The other guy's probably doing the same thing. And then they crown this dude like an Olympic gold medalist around his neck. Insane. For my previous video, I said the sale is good for the hobby. I still agree. The sale is good for the hobby. The cost of the card being, breaking records, stuff like that, that's good for the hobby. because now that means other cards can do that at some point. We've never had a card do that in the Pokemon hobby. Sports, they do it all the time. And before y'all are like, oh, this is going to make things so unaffordable. No, it's not. Pokemon's going to print all the time. Insane. They just acquired, I think it's Excel. Basically, it's distribution. It's not MJ Holding, which is great. But, we've got this new facility probably coming, I'm going to say 2027. This new printing facility that they've acquired that they're going to be printing on. They're going to start printing heavy. I'm going to be honest with you, though. That's going to push some scalpers out, which is good. But they're going to run into the same issue because what's going to happen is people want it right now because they can't have it. And when the time comes and there's a ton of product on the shelf and Pokemon dials it back some, the process will start all over again. If you don't want the process to start all over, keep buying in high quantity. Because if you don't, and you're like, oh, I'll get one next time they're here, Pokemon's going to see that and they're going to slow down. But anyway, back to the Logan Paul, Ken Golden bullshit that is happening. The WWE acting was terrible. Him going up there and somebody being like, oh, I did this. He's like, bro. Yeah, bro, you sound stupid. Stupid. There was some cool stuff in the stream. The kid opening up the first edition German packs was pretty cool. He got some cool cards. The box breaks were cool. However, the bid and the purchase was an alleged scam. That guy, the people who were bidding on that shouldn't be allowed in the same room off a camera to run that bid up and purchase the card. It's not acceptable. Logan Paul promised to hand deliver it, and now he magically doesn't have to do that because the guy was there. Come on. We are talking about the scam artist of a century, and he is still getting away with it. The rich people always get away with it. No matter what, they get away with it. So, yeah, the sale was bullshit. There's a lot going on there that they're not going to talk about. If you can't afford to buy off Ken Golden, apparently you're poor. I would tell you that his response was the worst thing about his whole situation, because he is just glazing Logan Paul trying to maintain a business partner. Took him out back, gave him the old Gluck Gluck 3000, probably gave it to him a couple times later that night. It's crazy. It's crazy that your response when you have backlash as a business owner is to call people poor and tell them that they can't afford stuff from you. Brother, you just make yourself look worse. Your fortune is relatively new. You haven't even been around that long for this. And all of a sudden, it's like in the past, maybe 10 years, your come up has happened. 10 years, that's not much when you look at the grand scheme. So yeah. Do I agree that the sale was good for the hobby? It could have been. I still think it's okay. Who it came from is the problem. At some point, all you fanboys of Logan Paul will realize he's just stealing money. With Marketplace, there are people who haven't been paid back for that. And technically, because it's sold for more, they should be getting more money than what they purchased, because he magically bought it back. Yeah. Just don't be a piece of shit. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all today. I got to go to work. It's like 12 o'clock, so I'm out. Peace.